Hello, it's day 110 here on the shoot, and what our production diary is going to be about is the recent summit, which was a visit that was arranged by Universal Studios, who brought a whole lot of people down to New Zealand to have a look at some footage. The summit is different to the press junket, which we showed you earlier. There were cinema owners, exhibitors, people that own distribution chains. There were people associated with the merchandising deals. And it was basically Universal's attempt to give them a very early sneak peek at what we were doing. And from our point of view, an early sneak peek is fine, but obviously it led to a huge amount of hard work, because in order to get a piece of film ready to show while we're still actually making it is obviously a big ask. And it wasn't like a trailer, 2 or 3 minutes. It was 18 minutes of footage that we wanted to screen for these people. So we went into overdrive to try to, at the very last minute, pull this reel together.
I think although people were as positive as they could be about the idea of the summit, the implications on their schedule were pretty difficult.
So the guys have been going great guns on building this fairly sizable chunk of miniature, and we have a very short deadline to get it delivered. It's almost an urban myth that things turn up at the back of an envelope or a napkin, but we actually got handed this design this morning.
It's definitely impacted us in animation. Put it this way, I don't think they were quite prepared to get stuff on film this early. We've got quite a few effect shots to do, which is somewhat daunting, and we try not to think about it too much, but we'll just keep slamming through it and get there.
What I'd do is I'd grade up scenes that we knew that were going to be in the summit reel. We didn't necessarily know every single shot, so I just had to grade all the shots in all of these scenes and send them over to editorial, and editorial had to put it in the cut.
It really put the pressure on the whole editorial department. And so it was one of those things that was right to the wire before we could actually get it ready to screen.
This will be the first time that an audience will see our work. So it's exciting for us, and we're really hoping that they enjoy it.
I think everyone was really excited to be in New Zealand. Some of them were a little bit tired, but the first day they spent, they were so excited about what they'd toured around and what they'd seen. First up, we went for a visit out to Seaview, where the New York set is, and had their photos taken.
Look at that, look at that.
New York in 1933, in living color this time, not in black and white.
They also got to have their photo taken outside the real venture.
Action! Action!
It's very important that we get them very excited about what we're trying to do. So to that end, we've been taking tours of 35 people at a time, and we're walking them through the workshop and showing them everything that we've been doing. They've also been visiting the miniatures stage, the shooting stages, and other bits and pieces that's going on around Miramar. Well, I see you all in the cinema for more waffling in a minute.
And last but not least, they watched the Weta Digital presentation given by Joe Lettieri.
This is from the first week's shooting. This is the scene of Anne arriving at the docks. This is now putting all those bits together.
Later on in the evening, they returned back to the Camperdown Theatre for a surprise.
I just want to thank you again very much for coming down. I thought we'd show you a little bit of the film, but in a very crude, animatic form. It's very unusual to be screening footage to anybody at this early stage, and I must admit I was a little nervous, and finally thought, oh my God, I'm actually going to be showing some people some of this film.
Quite exhilarating for us because Peter got a standing ovation, and so it seemed like it was all worthwhile, so it was really great.
Thank you all so much for coming down.
Thank you.
What was amazing about the summit reel was the reaction we got from everyone. It was just one of those things that gave the tone and the feel of the movie, and no one really had any idea what they were going to see.
It's great to finally, after a few months of seeing maquettes of Kong, actually seeing him move.
That was a really wonderful snapshot to get a sense of what the whole tone of the movie is going to be. Keep up the good work.
The great thing about getting a good reception is that it gives you a bit of a morale boost, and it's made us sort of feel a bit more excited about the film that we're working on. So looking forward now to just, getting the shoot finished and push the film through to its completely finished state, so that this 18 minutes now becomes a fully fledged feature film.